Well, you may have heard the election is looming and campaigns are getting into full swing, with everyone from politicians to comedians and even rock stars getting involved. The Queen guitarist Brian May is launching a campaign to support free-minded MPs and candidates to revive Parliament and democracy. And he's even plans to fund some campaigns from his own fortune. And he's with me now. So, common decency.
Indeed.
What does this mean?
It means really reclaiming our democracy, because I believe, as a lot of people do, that democracy is broken down. We get 15 hours every 5 years in which we can use our voice to try and make a difference. And for the next 5 years, we have to sit there and watch the government do whatever it likes. And I think particularly this government, we've had experience of trying to make a difference, to exert the power of democracy, if you like. And we've had huge petitions.
So what are you going to do? You're going to form a party?
No, it's not a political party, it's an action group. And our aim is really to mobilise all those people who didn't vote last time because they thought it wasn't worthwhile. I don't think they're apathetic, I think they're in despair because they look and they see in their own constituency it's probably a safe seat, and they think, well, what difference does it make if I vote? It's still going to be the same guy who gets in. So we think we have a way around that.
Right, explain.
Well, I have my trusty pie chart with me, which I always carry these days. This is a randomly chosen pie chart, but I'll tell you who it is later if you like. Yeah. Doesn't really matter what the colours are. We're colourblind. That's right. The Common Decency campaign is colourblind. This guy, this is the last election, one particular constituency. This guy is the winner because he gets the biggest piece of the pie. These two guys are the runners-up, and of course that gets you nothing. It's no use coming second or third. So you might think, this is a classic safe seat. You think, how can this possibly be challenged? But here, what are these people? These are all the people who did not vote, and it's a whopping 32%. So a little bit of elementary maths tells you if these guys all get up off their ass and vote for either one of these two, they can kick this out.
Yeah.
Well, this if they want.
Yeah.
But if they feel a need for change, if they have a desire for change, they should not be sitting there saying, we can't make a difference. If they all get up, if this guy gets up and he says, I'm going to vote, and I'm going to get you to vote as well, and there's a kind of snowball effect.
So how are you going to get them to vote?
What we plan to do is, we have the website up already, and we're going to try and do a little bit of feedback from people from their constituencies. We're going to say, talk to your prospective candidates, find out what makes them tick. If they're MPs already, find out what their record is in Parliament. Find if they even bothered to vote a lot of the time, or if they voted, were they actually in the debate. Things like that. Find out what they stand for. So you
will have a list of, this is a good guy to vote for?
We will ask people to feed back to us who they think are decent candidates, who will be honest, be transparent, will vote according to their conscience and according to the will of the
Now, will there only be one Common Decency nominated candidate per constituency? I mean, you might have three decent people going through.
You might do, but I think we'll have to make a reasonable choice. You can't. I don't think this is going to be perfect, but I think it can achieve.
And where does the money come in? You're going to give them?
I think the money's secondary. I am going to support some people with money, but the real thing that we can do is mobilise people to gather together to make a change.
Which parties are you going to support people from?
All parties. In fact, we already are. We have, I can do the list if you like. We have Henry Smith from Conservatives. We have Tracy Crouch, Conservative. We have Angela Smith, Labour Party, and a couple of others, Adrian Sanders, and probably a few more. We have a very nice Lib Dem in Andrew George down in the West Country, who's already helping us to vaccinate badgers. So very, very decent people.
He's supporting the idea. He's not doing himself,
Yeah, supporting our, very actively supporting our vaccination.
And so they're all people who, for example, believe in zero tolerance of cruelty to animals.
Yes, I think we have a certain number of basic tenets. They're arguable, and I think we are asking people to tell us what they think constitutes a pillar of common decency, if you like. Yeah. But yes, compassion to people and to animals is one of our pillars. Go to the website, please, and have a look.
And one thing you're against is the whipping system, which basically is against the party system, because if you don't have a whipping system, you can't have a manifesto, can you, really? Because you can't guarantee to deliver it.
I guess that's true, but it's more against the traditional view of what is democracy, I think. I mean, to me, we've had first-hand experience of this. We've had people working with us on the badger card, as a matter of fact. When it came to the vote, they would say to us, look, we'd love to vote you, but the whip won't let us. If we vote for you, we will lose our privileges of, like, seeing our children at weekends or whatever. Now, that, to me, is the end of democracy. If you elect an MP, you put him in there, to act according to his conscience and act according to the will of the people that put him there. If he instead votes according to what he's being told by the party whip, he's not representing you. So democracy fails at that point, in my opinion. I think the whip should be abolished.
You also want proportional representation.
In the long term, I think some form of proportional representation is absolutely necessary for fairness.
But I think if one looks at you and puts you up against someone like Russell Brand, for example, you are still someone who believes this system can be reformed from within rather than from revolution.
Yeah, well, I'm not very far from Russell Brand. I mean, I haven't actually talked to him.
Well, he says don't vote, and you're saying you want more people to vote.
But I think he's been slightly misquoted. I'm looking forward to getting together with him at some point, because I read his book, and I think even if you don't like Russell Brand, I think there's a lot of reasons to be irritated by Russell Brand. You can find reasons not to like him, but read his book and watch his videos, because he has a lot of truth.
And I'm going to ask you, what do you think the result of the election is going to be?
I think we're sort of amplifying a trend. I think the major parties are being eroded, and I think what we might end up with is a truly hung parliament, which I think would be great, because nobody can bully and get there.
And in the band, do you take a vote on what the next song you're going to play?
In the band?
Do you apply your no whipping system?
It's me and Roger, and it's fisticuffs most of the time. There's no moderator. We have Adam now. We have the wonderful Adam Lambert. But no, it's a process. It's a process of argument, and you know there is such strength in a truly honest argument, rather than bullying the other guy.
Okay, sounds about as PMQs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, don't get me started.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Let's take a quick look at the weather now.